morning, T-Tribe. Good morning, Courtney. Happy, what Wesley say Wednesday?
Good morning, Alex, and good morning to the T-Tribe, and good morning to Wesley for what Wesley say Wednesday. You got it, girl. We've come a long way with that, Alex. You get it, girl. Hit it right on the head.
It takes me a little bit, but I learn and I, just lay it on you like I know it should be said. You know what I mean?
Period. You got it, girl.
So how are you doing on this hump day? How's your week going so far?
My week is going, it's Alex, let me not even be extra. It's going really good. I've done like a lot of adulting. I've made a lot of good personal decisions, and I've even called my doctor. For those of y'all that are like afraid to call the doctor and you're like, oh my God, my parents always made my doctor's appointment. I called the doctor, girl. I did a little bit of that kind of stuff yesterday. I've been speaking to some people online about some other business I'm handling in the background, girl, and they're where they need to be. Cause if they're not where they need to be, girl, I get a little snip snap. I go whoosh, so everyone is in line. Everything is running smoothly. How about yourself? How's this week going for you, girl?
This week is going well. I did a little adulting on my end too. But of course, it's always fun when you accomplish that. It's like, wow, I can be an adult. You know what I mean? Like you always get this like I knew I could do this.
Or like, why not wait around so long to do this? I could have easily done this in 10 minutes. Like that's always my thing is I procrastinate and then it always takes me like 2 minutes. I'm like, why did I wait so long?
Exactly. A lot of the procrastination is just like getting in your head about things. But the T-Tribe, hello, KATY. Good morning to Alex and Courtney. Tamara saying good morning to us. Tamara loves my top. Thanks, Tamara. I love a little off the shoulder. I love my off the shoulder.
Alex, where you be shopping at? What name 3 places you be shopping at?
I'm a big Zara shopper. I'm not going to lie. I love my Forever 21 for a cheap little cute, trendy top that I can just wear, once. Because of course, when, you do on-camera work, sometimes, you can't wear the same thing all the time. You got to switch it up. And like, if you don't have the budget, you need to throw on some new stuff. Or I shop in my room closet because that also works too. Thank God I live with a female who is trendy and fabulous that I can rock her stuff as well. What about you?
I get a lot of my stuff online, girl. But I will say, in terms of Forever 21, I'm very, very, very good for when my friend calls me and goes, hey, do you want to go out tonight? And I'm like, oh, I have nothing to wear. Girl, I run to the mall. I run to Forever. I'm sprinting up the escalator and I'm grabbing the first bright something off of the rack. Like I'm that kind of person. But I do enjoy Zara as well, girl, because Zara got the good fabrics. I got a shirt for New Year's Eve, girl, and the Zara shirt, it was nice and soft, girl. Shout out to Zara.
I'm not joking. Half my closet is Zara or Revolve. I do spend the money for the good clothes, the good quality, but then, like we said, Forever just works when you just need something quick and cheap and cute, right?
Alex, I cannot tell a lie. The T-Tribe knows also I love a good graphic tee, and the majority of mine all come from Old Navy. I took a break when I was too cool, and then I jumped back into her now that I'm an adult and back to being broke again like I was when I was a teenager. So shout out to Old Navy, girl. Cheap little t-shirt. And it's cute.
Yeah, I love Old Navy. KATY in the chat says she shops there as well. Old Navy, Fashion Nova, Fashion Q, Forever 21. These are. Stephanie says she's a thrift shopper. Big labels keep pockets full.
Hey, period. Look good. Put it on.
Lady T Joy says I saw Zara was closing a bunch of stores, probably from the losses in the pandemic. Yeah, I know. Forever was also doing that. I'm sure a lot of stores are kind of going through that right now. It's very, very sad. Shantae loves her some Plato's Closet. I've never heard of that.
Plato's Closet, I believe, is a thrift store line right? There should be a bunch of
Oh.
Plato's Closets around the country, or maybe on the East Coast. I definitely have heard about Plato's Closet more when I lived up north, girl. Shout out to Plato's.
Yeah.
Though.
And Michelle is saying morning from California. Oh, hello. We're in California too, as well.
Hey,
Cassidy said,
shout out to Katy.
yeah. And then, of course, we have to talk about our girl, Selena, because I see the Selenators in the chat. Happy 28th birthday to Selena Gomez. It's so exciting. Of course, you know, we love Selena. And the girl has accomplished a lot at just 28 years old. I mean, of course, we know her as an artist, an actress, but she also has a makeup line, a clothing line, a handbag line, a production company, and a fragrance line. And you know that there are more products coming. The girl can do anything she puts her mind to. So I'm very, very excited. And just want to shout out Selena for her day of birth. Courtney, you know.
Say, Alex, I love Miss Selena Gomez. That is my girl. I still am very curious about what her homemade mac and cheese tastes like. I just want to go ahead and say happy birthday and tell them that it's my birthday when I party like that. I'm so glad that I can sing that on this day because that's my favorite Selena Gomez song is Birthday. So, candles for Miss Selena. Y'all sort of Selena crown moment in the chat if you want to wish Miss Gomez a happy B-Day.
Yes, and of course, also let us know what your favorite Selena song is. I was a big Come and Get It girl because during that time I was on and off again with an ex-boyfriend, and that song just spoke to me because I was just like, listen, when you're ready,
okay,
come and get it. If you're not, I'm moving on kind of thing. And
okay.
So I love that song. And Same Old Love. I mean, a lot of her songs speak to me. And then, of course, Lose Me to Love Me should win a Grammy because that was such a powerful, keep it going. I absolutely love Selena. And I also love her personality, how genuine, down to earth. She just you just want to be friends with Selena. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just thoroughly enjoy her. I like the fact that but I feel as though she has a lot more down-to-earth qualities than a lot of our other celebrities. So I enjoy her. She feels like a human to me. She doesn't feel like a celebrity. And I think that that's why the T-Tribe enjoys her so much as well. She's just easily accessible. She's like our girl. You know what I mean?
I know. She is. If I could, what would you do? If you had a day to spend with Selena, where would you go?
Her house, so that she can cook for me, and I just kiki along with her on the side and get all the tea and get to know her. Like, I'm very much like that person. I'm not gonna help you in the kitchen, but I am gonna be annoying and taste things and like make the room hotter because I'm all up on you and asking you stuff. So definitely that. Her house.
I love it. Yeah, she does seem like someone you could just like kick back and hang at home with and in the kitchen. She's very like low key like that. People in the chat are saying Middle of Nowhere by Selena Gomez is so underrated. Karina says to her kitchen to make food.
You know, Karina.
There is a lot. Wesley says she has a cooking show coming on HBO Max soon.
Thank the Lord, because I have HBO Max because of Legendary. So I will be keeping my subscription. Thank you, Wesley. I'm pretty sure Wesley has told us that before and I forgot. But I will be watching that. Because is she going to have the mac and cheese on there, Wesley? Because I need to learn how to make that.
Yes. Monica is saying Texas girls are the best. Oh, shout out to the Texas girls here. Ooh, I love it. Yeah. And then, Oiza saying, yes, she feels so human and normal. Very on the nose, Courtney. Yeah, we love her. Well, of course, again, happy birthday to Selena. And make sure you guys go wish her happy birthday on her Instagram because we can do that if we want.
Yeah, right.
I love that. But until then, let me break down real quick what we're going to talk about on today's show because there is a lot of tea to spill. People are still talking about NICKI'S pregnancy announcement. One of the things we'll touch on is this hilarious story. Tom Holland is trending because fans are saying he's Nicki's baby daddy, which we know is so far from the truth. But we'll get into that story. And then Katy Perry is reacting to Nicki's pregnancy. She wants their kids to trade clothes, and it's a cute story in a new interview with Howard Stern. And then this story is interesting. Jamie Lynn Spears is reacting to fans that are telling her to speak out on the Free Britney movement after she posted like a series of celebrity tweets kind of celebrating, respecting mental health issues. So we'll get into that and kind of her response to that fan. And then for the 90s fans out there, Brandy is opening up about Monica after that Boy Is Mine duet and kind of the rivalry that we all thought was going on may not have been going on at all. So we'll get into that. And then Tyler, the Creator, announced it was just the 3rd anniversary of his 4th studio album, Flower Boy. And so he basically opened up that he wrote Glitter, one of the songs on there, for Justin Bieber originally, but Justin never called him back. And he also wrote songs on there for Kanye, for Nicki, and for Schoolboy. And so there are a lot of interesting tidbits about that album. We'll get into that. And then for our couples therapy, we're talking about KYLIE and Travis because they shared a hotel room on their latest quarantine getaway. And we want to know what happened in that room. We will speculate until we can't anymore. And then, of course, for our Car Jenner tea time, we got a lot to break down. But before we get into our own tea story of the day, KYLIE, there's a KYLIE lookalike named Gabrielle Waters. And she has spent over $6,000 on KYLIE cosmetic products to look more like her. So we'll get into that story. And then Tristan Thompson lists his bachelor pad after buying it only a year ago to be closer to Chloe and True. So we'll do a lot of speculating about that story. And then this difficult story, of course, having to do with Kim and Kanye. Kim is planning an intervention, according to sources, and meeting with divorce lawyers. Right before we went live, Kim released a statement on her Instagram story, which we also will touch because it's the first time she's really speaking publicly about Kanye and his mental health and their effect on his effect on the family. And then because of all this, Kanye is reportedly hiding in Wyoming in a bunker from Kim and Kris because they are trying to put a 5150 hold on him. Kanye, of course, went on another Twitter rant last night. He seems to be with a group of small people, one of them being Dave Chappelle. We'll get into that. And so we have a lot. We have a lot on this What Wesley Say Wednesday. I can't wait to hear what Wesley has to say about all of this, but there's a lot to break down, Courtney. Can you believe everything that's going on?
The little tea mug is filled to the tippy top, girl, but my body is regulated. I'm ready to jump right on into the steaming mug of tea, girl. You and me, girl.
All right. I will pour out that hot water and tea because we have to get to all that spilling. There's a lot. There is a lot. You know what I did, Courtney, this morning? So I put a little Splenda in my coffee, and there was a quote on the Splenda today that talked about like be happy because it like something about like it always surprises people, or it was like a little motivational quote on my Splenda that really just picked me up a little bit. So shout out to Splenda for doing that because it made me smile. I know Splenda's happy. I know it said something along those lines and it made me happy. So shout out to them. I know Splenda's not good for you, everyone. I know like Truvia and there are other more natural sweeteners, but your girl only has Splenda in the house. So cheers to that.
Cheers, girl.
Okay. So let's start off with You Missed It. Of course, if you're new here to the Tea Tribe, these are the stories that may have flown under your radar, but don't worry because we will cover all the stories you missed. First off, we are getting into this Tom Holland story, who is trending on Twitter for being Nicki Minaj's baby daddy. Fans started tweeting these hilarious memes You have to check these out, where basically this is the one that says, congrats, Tom Holland. Me seeing Tom Holland trending because he spoiled another movie. And then me after Tom claims he's the father of Nicki's baby. This is just like obviously a Friends reference in this meme. Another fan tweeted this: Tom Holland, whole ass dad now, #preggers with Tom and Nicki and their supposed children. And then James is in the bushes, if you can see over there. So while some fans are still going crazy, this turns out to be a hoax that Capital FM has said spawned from a 2019 meme, which said that Tom was in a love triangle with Nicki and James Charles. We obviously know this isn't true, but like, people are nuts. I mean, who has that much time on their hand to create these like conspiracy theories like this?
It is very weird and it is very strange. And you know what? I think for me, Alex, I miss the hype, comedy, and excitement because I'm not a Tom Holland fan. And when I say that, I mean, up until 24 hours ago, Alex, I literally told someone that I had never seen Tom Holland in a movie before. And that same person looked at me and said, "You sat next to me in the movie theater when we went to see Endgame, didn't you?" And I went, "Oh, I guess he was in that. I haven't seen any of the Spider-Man movies with him in it or anything like that." So I'm like, can y'all not? Like, you know what I mean? But I get that it's like fun and it's like a kiki meme because the public or whatever doesn't like Kenneth Petty. But I mean, if that's who y'all chose, I guess, question mark. And I feel like, Tanya, why can't people just be happy for Nicki instead of making it a meme or making it into a joke? But that's just me. Y'all will say I'm depressed Nicki Minaj stan, and maybe I agree. So let's do that.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little weird. Of course, we know this is her husband's. Her husband is the baby daddy. We know who the father is, so there's really no point to this whole theory. But it's just kind of funny that they rehash this. But someone that is, speaking to your point, Courtney, someone that is happy for Nicki is Katy Perry, who's reacting to her pregnancy, saying that she wants their kids to trade clothes. So Katy is so excited for Nicki's pregnancy. But this is kind of weird. In a since deleted comment, Katy wrote on Nicki's announcement, basically saying, selfishly hoping for a girl so we can trade outfits. Katy also spoke with Howard Stern in a new interview touching on Nicki's pregnancy, saying she has an on-the-spot remix idea for her collab with Nicki, Swish Swish. She wants to call it Push Push Bish. So, which is amazing, right?
Shout out to Katy Perry. That's cute.
Yeah, super cute. I love this story because Katy and Nicki, of course, are known for their iconic outfits and costumes. So we can only hope that they dress their kids just as well. And it would be fun to kind of see little Katys and little Nickis hanging out together. I don't know why, just in my gut, with no proof at all, but I think Nicki's having a girl. What do you think, Courtney?
I would not be surprised if it were a girl, but I am feeling maybe twinsy. Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, twinsies. Okay.
Maybe.
That would be fun. Do you want like two girls? Maybe. Oh boy,
I want to have like two fraternal twins.
I like that. I like that.
Fraternal twins. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, we will see. But until then, again, I know we've talked about this a lot. Congrats to Nicki. We're very excited. And it's honestly like in the news yesterday, there are a lot of celebrities speaking out, congratulating her. So everyone seems to be very excited about Nicki.
I'm glad.
Nicki's pregnancy. Yes, and we are as well. So let's get into this Jamie Lynn Spears news. A little more serious news. Jamie Lynn fans that are telling her to speak out on the Free Britney movement. So Britney Spears' younger sister, for those that don't know who Jamie Lynn is, reposted Halsey's tweet along with other celebrities regarding respect for mental health issues and indirectly referring, of course, to Kanye's Twitter rant. So Halsey posted this tweet: "No jokes right now. I have dedicated my career to offering education and insight about bipolar disorder. I'm so disturbed by what I'm seeing. Personal opinions about someone aside, a manic episode isn't a joke. If you can't offer understanding or sympathy, offer your silence." So Jamie Lynn posted this along with other ones with the quote, with the caption, quote, if you deal with mental illness or care for someone dealing with mental illness, then you know how important it is to respect the situation with privacy for the person and the family trying to protect their loved ones. No matter how it may appear to the public, and as the public, we must learn to do the same. I pray this doesn't bring shame to anyone dealing with mental illness. You are not alone and you are loved. Sending all my love and prayers to all of you. So Jamie Lynn posted this caption along with Halsey's tweet. So then one fan commented on this post saying, how about your sister's obvious mental illness? Why don't you speak on that? To which Jamie responded, you have no right to assume anything about my sister, and I have no right to speak about her health and personal matters. She is a strong, badass, unstoppable woman, and that is the only thing that is obvious. So, do you think that it is a little contradictory of Jamie Lynn, or do you think this is like kind of, I feel this is like a passive way of commenting on it? Brittany and her family, because it's obviously under strict supervision and maybe she really just isn't allowed to speak on it. What do you think, Courtney?
I almost wish she wouldn't have said anything at all, because to me, she wasn't really saying nothing much of anything. So Jamie, you could have kept that. Shout out to her though. I'm just getting over the fact that Zoe 101 is over. So excuse my tone. I really wish that when you see someone that don't have no profile picture, or when you see someone and they got like 10 followers, I just really wish that those people could just get ignored. You get what I'm saying? Because what you do is, especially if you're an account that has more followers or you're a celebrity like Jamie Lynn Spears, people, all it does is draw attention to it. Because look, here we are today, and I didn't even know that this happened. You get what I'm saying? But here we are because she drew attention to it. If you're not going to say anything that's going to cause change or actually have an impact, then maybe, or answer a different comment.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
I agree with that. That's a good point. It's like, it's just a passive comment. Like we said, it doesn't necessarily address what's going on. But I mean, in her defense, if she's supporting her sister, she's saying positive things about her, and that's what Brittany needs right now, as we all know. So it doesn't do harm, but like you said, it'd be more important to speak up about it. But maybe she legally can't. You know what I mean? Maybe there is a clause in what's going on, but
girl, then don't say nothing. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go on and with your life. Give us another country song. Take care of your baby. Like Wesley is saying, now give us the Zoe 101 reboot revival. I'm sure Victoria Justice is not doing much. So let's do that. I'm here for that. Go off, Wesley. Yeah. Let's get Victoria Justice in the gang there and do that. I was gonna say something controversial, but I'm gonna leave it. Another day, y'all. Another day.
Okay. You sure, Courtney? You sure you don't want to bring it up?
I'll say this real quick. I'll be vague. We need Zoe 101 back, but we don't need the creator of Zoe 101 handling Zoe 101. And y'all do your homework about the creator of Zoe 101. And y'all Instagram DM me and tweet later and we kiki. Just know, Alex, I'm telling you.
Okay, I'm going to go watch that. All right. Right after this, I'm going to check out, because I love to kind of figure out what you're actually talking about, Courtney. And I'll do that right after this. But until then, let's talk about Brandy opening up about Monica after the Boy Is Mine duet. So 90s fans, first off, Brandy is getting ready to drop her first new album in 8 years, which is exciting for Brandy fans. But it's been 20 years since Brandy dropped the so-called biggest song of her entire career, as she refers to it. While she's not revealing the truth about her rumored rivalry with Monica, she says that both women denied and downplayed their supposed beef throughout the 90s. Even though they both did that, the rumors never went away. So there was even a report of an alleged fist fight during rehearsals for their performance at the 1998 MTV VMAs. According to Brandy, it wasn't all it seemed to be. So what's going on, Courtney? Let me just get to this Brandy quote.
Yeah, you get to the Brandy quote and we'll kiki.
Okay. So she said, quote, I mean, the song was about a boy and it was about us competing over a boy. And so naturally people are going to put us against each other even more because of the topic of the song and what we're speaking about. So we played into the competitiveness of it. So Brandy went on to say that she always said Boy Is Mine inspired Mariah and Whitney's When You Believe duet. I don't know if that's true, but Brandy claimed that. So she's saying not only did Brandy and Monica give us one of the best and fake, I guess, rivalries of the 90s, but it also inspired another duet. What do you think about that, Courtney?
I have comments about that, but I want to say shout out to multicultural fangirl and KATY, because both of them are like, one of them is like, who's Monica? And the other one is like, who's Brandy? KATY, a multicultural fangirl, Brandy and Monica. I obviously don't know where in the world y'all are, but please Google y'all. Brandy and Monica are like two legendary R&B artists. All you gotta do is Google "The Boy Is Mine" and watch that music video and watch the iconicesses jump out. Sorry, that got me. That got me like a Mariah Carey, I don't know her moment. Alex, I'm curious to know, was it manufactured beef, like manufactured? Because even today they won't do a verses, and the reason is because they feel like it won't be in a moment of celebration. It'll still be some sort of like push for a rivalry. And Brandy and Monica have even worked again since then. They did It All Belongs to Me.
Oh, right.
And that was a hit.
Yeah.
I just wonder, was it manufactured? Like, is it y'all trying to clean it up a couple decades later out of genuine curiosity? Because, girl, I've heard that, girl, they was fighting. Like, they was, like, for real fighting. So it's like, if y'all are fighting, just say we have beef and now we're older and we got kids and we moved on. But I mean, I wish it were that. Instead
I know.
of, like, 20 it's fake. Girl, it wasn't.
Right. I feel just like you feel. I thought it was a real rivalry. I think there's some truth to it. Maybe, like you said, in today's climate, like putting women against women is not really, cool anymore. Not that it was ever cool, but maybe she's trying to do some damage control. But it just speaks to the fact that, like, we know that there are PR stunts. We know that there are celebrity couples that aren't really dating. We know that there are, people that are in fights. Like, this PR does happen when it comes to celebrities. So maybe this is just another PR stunt that we weren't a part of, didn't know about.
I'm like, either way, please go and get Brandy's new album, y'all, because I'm sure it's good. Is that thing she might have the Baby Mama song on that album? She got the Baby Mama song on there, y'all. If she got the Baby Mama song on there, yeah, definitely give that a listen, because Brandy definitely is a legend. She don't have no, in my opinion. Shout out to Moesha.
Great job. Wesley is saying Ryan Murphy better make a feud new season about this PR stunts. That is a good idea, Wesley. Yeah.
Imagine that, girl.
That would be fun. I would totally watch that. I love anything Ryan Murphy does, but that would be interesting. I love the juicy.
That would be good, Alex.
That would be good.
You said that.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of something that could have been good, Tyler, the Creator, wrote a song for Justin Bieber, but he said that Justin Bieber never called him back to, I guess, hear the song. So it was the 3rd anniversary of Tyler, the Creator's 4th studio album, Flower Boy. Tyler opened up in an interview with comedian Jared Carmichael that he actually wrote Glitter for Justin Bieber, one of his songs. So he said, I love 90s R&B because it was hard drums, pretty chords, and people trying to outrun themselves hitting those gospel runs, and it just always got to me. I wrote Glitter for Bieber. I wanted Justin to have that. I thought it would be so cool doing it, but he never returned the call. I was just like, F it, I'll write it and just make it cool. So he also mentioned that other artists who turned down Flower Boy songs were Kanye, Nicki, and Schoolboy Q. He said that Kanye passed, and then he sent it to Nicki, and Nicki said she couldn't think of a version. So first I wanted to start, Bieber couldn't even call him back. Like, what's going on there? It was 3 years
ago. He wants to be part of the R&B community. Looked at as you read her out of genuine curiosity, not even trying to read him. It's just he wanted the access. What makes Tyler, the Creator, so different? You know what I mean? I think that he's a great hip hop artist. So I wonder why he didn't call him back. Maybe he was going through something, Alex. I don't know.
Yeah, it may have been during that time. But I love hearing stories like this, of songs that were written for other people. Like Sia's Cheap Thrills was originally written for Rihanna. Toxic, Britney Spears was originally written for Kylie Minogue. Pussycat Dolls
written for Britney, and she passed on it.
Exactly.
Umbrella, Alex.
I know.
Britney during that time.
But I can't imagine Umbrella without Rihanna. I mean, I can't. That's like, yeah. Sometimes
Boom Clap by Charlie XCX, Alex, like boom clap. That was written for Hillary Duff, and Hillary passed on that. That was supposed to be Hillary Duff's comeback single before her album, the last one she put out, came. That would have blew up, and she passed on it. But shout out, then we got more Charlie because I'm a Charlie XCX, huge Charlie XCX fan. But like, I couldn't believe.
I love these stories. I mean, but it shows that like sometimes, the song may not be right for the person, because a lot of these songs eventually become hits with the other artists, recording them. So maybe it was what's meant to be will be kind of thing. But what do you think about the Nicki part of this? Not being able to think of a verse? That doesn't sound like Nicki. Maybe she just didn't like the song very.
Maybe she didn't like the flow of the beat or the flow of the production.
Yeah.
Maybe she realized she needed to change more of the production, and it would have ruined the overall feel of the song, and she didn't want to compromise the integrity of Tyler. There are many different reasons why Nicki probably did that song, girl, but I would love to see them work together eventually. Yeah,
me too. Yeah, I assume, this from his quote that just probably the creativity didn't match. They were on different kind of levels of what they saw in this kind of specific song. But on that note, I guess Justin missed out, even though I don't even think I've heard Glitter, so I don't know. Have you heard Glitter, Tyler's song?
Yes, Justin definitely missed out. He should have did that song. I agree. I think it definitely would have helped. When it comes to changes, I think had he had that little extra notch on his bedpost, it definitely would have helped. Hey, hindsight is 2020 here.
Justin missed out. But let's talk about some celebrity couples that are definitely missing out and might be heading back together, because as we know, there's always another celebrity couple making up, breaking up, and every day, if you're new here, we like to tell you about the biggest celebrity couples of the day, or some that might need some therapy. So this is the latest. We're talking about Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott, because the latest news from this couple is they shared a hotel room during their quarantine getaway. So Kylie and Travis shared a hotel room during their recent quarantine getaway to Montecito, California, who, of course, they brought their daughter Stormy with them. We know that they have a very healthy co-parenting relationship, so this is not shocking that they were together. But an eyewitness told In Touch Weekly that the pair spent all their time in their hotel room, adding that while a nanny and bodyguard brought Stormy out onto the beach, they never left the room. So, Courtney, I mean, speculation, not confirmation, but obviously something is happening in that hotel room. The two love each other. We know that. They're hanging out in the room alone without Stormy. This isn't rocket science. What do you think, Courtney?
I mean, were y'all having a boudoir moment? Kim Daskin, maybe there are two beds. Maybe. And you could have two beds and most certainly still have a boudoir moment. Absolutely. With the doors locked tight.
Everyone's saying baby number 2.
You never know. Wesley said quarantine Jenner is on its way.
With a K. Quarantine with a K.
Quarantine with a K. I guess that's cute. I don't hate them together. I want them to get back together, but that's juicy. Shout out to the snitches that be out and snitching.
I know. They got to watch their back because an eyewitness saw you never leave the room. How creepy you have to be for that, like, to stay by and just watch them like the entire day.
Can I tell you something real quick?
Yeah.
So y'all know I go to social media events like VidCon and Playlist Live and all of that. So at Playlist Live, this is an event, Alex, where normally it's like a hotel and then it's like an expo center where you go and whatever. Playlist Live is the event is inside the hotel, the World Center Marriott, for those of y'all that know.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell y'all, Alex, they separate the big creators away from the fans. Fans are on one side, creators on the other. When I tell you fans literally sleep outside of your, like, in the beginning, the fans were sleeping outside of the hotel rooms of like Rebecca Black, like all these before Tana Mojo came along, like all your faves, they would sleep outside of their hotel room. Then when security was enforced, they would sleep at the bottom. They're called towers, so you would take the elevator to the bottom. They would sleep in the long hallway waiting for anyone. Nikita, James, coming down for a midnight snack? Like all night, they'll sleep, they'll camp within sleeping bags. Parents be up in their hotel room, girl. We don't care. We done paid the money to come here. In the sleeping bag, waiting for who? Because I'm nobody. You looking for Ricky Dillon? He sleep, girl. I come down to get some ice cream. Now, where is your mommy and pappy? Because now I'm looking for your parents. Like, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Like Evie said, it's weird. It's weird.
That is weird. I mean, I've never been that type of person. So I can't relate to that. Like I'm a huge fan, but I'm kind of like a stay at home kind of fan. I'll pay for your concerts. I'll do that, but I'm not camping out. I just don't ever understand that, but I do get fan. I mean, it's brave of them and it takes hard work. So I do value that they do that, but it is a little creepy.
Alex, imagine opening your hotel room door and someone goes, "Oh my God, Alex Schiffman! Oh my God, where'd you get that top from? Are you having a meet and greet later?" Like, just imagine that, and you just coming out, girl. Imagine your hair is up, girl. You just going to get some ice real quick, and it's like 4 teenagers in the hallway waiting for you to open up the door. Imagine that.
Wow. I mean, that is just crazy. But all right, Courtney. Since we're already talking about Kylie, let's get into the rest of the family because we talk about the Kardashians every day because we have to keep up with them. And if you're new here, we break down all the biggest Kardashian stories of the day. So take it away, Courtney, because we got to kick it off.
Alrighty, you guys, if you're ready for all of that tea, sip, from behind the Kardashian gates, be sure to turn your volumes down for Kardashian Tea Time! Hello to everyone in my studio, which is no one, just myself.
Yes. All right. Well, let's get into this first story that happens to do with Kylie again. A Kylie lookalike spent $6,000 on Kylie Cosmetics to look more like her. So a girl named Gabrielle Waters told The Sun she has been compared to Kylie Jenner since she was a teenager. This is what she looks like. She also revealed she booked modeling jobs with Fashion Nova and Pretty Little Thing off the back of her being a Kylie lookalike. She was also offered money, get this, Courtney, to pose in a baby bump back in 2017 to pretend to be Kylie when Kylie was hiding her pregnancy. She turned down the offer. T-try before you go crazy. She also revealed that she has 27 Kylie cosmetic lip kits. Okay? And she also claimed that when she was younger, she felt pressure to kind of keep up with this Kylie Jenner look, revealing she spent 2 hours every morning doing her hair and makeup, but she no longer focuses on looking like Kylie Jenner. So this whole story makes me very sad. I mean, it's one thing to resemble a celebrity and have people tell you, but it's another thing to focus on looking like her daily, especially as a child. It's already hard growing up. Like, to have to feel that extra pressure to look like Kylie is weird. And also, before I get into your commentary, Courtney, because I know what you're going to say, for the record, Kylie Cosmetics doesn't make you look like Kylie. Just let's put it out there as a disclaimer. Any celebrity product doesn't make you look like the celebrity. So if you're thinking about buying it, buy it for yourself because you like it, but you're not going to look more like all of that, is just a waste of money. But kind of reminds me of Botched. Have you seen the show Botched?
Oh, girl.
Courtney?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Where they come in and they kind of look like... Yeah,
I didn't see it because there was someone from Real Housewives on there. He had to go and get his nose. He couldn't breathe. Well, that's what Nene said. He needed to get his nose corrected. So he definitely did that on Botched. I saw that episode.
Wesley says that she looked like Kylie before Kylie looked looked like Kylie.
Well, I don't see no lies. No lies detected, Wesley. I'm laughing at Betty Ann because Betty Ann is right in my brain. Fumbled the bag. Now, girl, you should have strapped on that pregnancy stomach and walked right out of your house and got that coin, and we could have never heard from you ever again. Because I'm sure it was a lot more money than she had. So, shout out to her, but I wish she would have maximized her 10 seconds. Because I know I would have, Alex. I would have went back into the cave after it's all said and done. Once Kylie had the baby, she was thinking about the lookalike, you know?
Right. I will say that she did mention that she didn't have any work done. She does overline the lips to kind of get that Kylie look, which we know Kylie does, and kind of where the lip kit stem from. But she didn't have any work done. So that's the good news, is that she didn't go as far to kind of change her whole face, but she just kind of looks like her. And like you said, I think she capitalized it on as best as she could. I don't know if she actually ended up modeling for Fashion Nova or Pretty Little Thing, but she should. But anyway, she tried. She's what?
She's red. Why is she red?
I think
like y'all see. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Why is she red? Like, what's up with her? That's why when we first put the picture up, because she was looking like Larry the Lobster from SpongeBob initially. Not in terms of physical look, but in terms of color. She was like red to me. I said, girl, you burnt? Or did you out at the beach too long? You're SPF 50?
Maybe. Or it could be a little extra saturation, a little filter on the photo. But you're right. She does look a little burnt in that. But speaking of someone who is not burning any more money on a house, there we go. There we go, Courtney. That one stuck. Okay. Tristan Thompson lifts his bachelor pad after buying it to be closer to Chloe and True only a year ago. So Tristan Thompson is selling his California home for $8.5 million. This is a little over a year, like I said, after he bought it to be closer to Chloe and True. So let's just get right into it. Speculation, not confirmation. This could only mean one thing. Is Tristan moving back in with Chloe? Is he moving into her house, Courtney?
This the Encino house he gave up, Alex?
Yeah.
Because I think that would be girl, he already on this side of town. He going right and move right back into that woman's house. I'll be surprised if by the end of the week we hear that Tristan bought his own house separate from Chloe. I'll be very surprised. I think that Tristan is in that house trying to work it, girl. He ain't trying to be Jordan. He's certainly not. Because she has things to offer still, and he doesn't have as many in his toolkit. So he's got to stick with Chloe. He's got to be right up underneath her to make sure that his longevity can be extended, in my opinion. Yeah.
Tamara's asking us, is he trying to become a good man after all this time, or what do you guys think? I mean,
I don't know. Alex, what would it take for you to feel like Tristan is being, I guess is the question, because I want to ask myself the same question.
I feel like it's hard. I feel like once that trust is broken, you can never really, I don't think you can get over that. I think that, only Chloe can feel comfortable in their relationship when she feels like she can trust him. We can do all the speculating we do. He's doing, I will say that he's following the right steps. He's being involved with the family. He's selling the house. So maybe he's trying to, spend more time with her and True. And really, they're obviously moving towards a better, healthier relationship, whatever that is. It's a new normal type of relationship. But this listing his house says a lot. Unless, like you said, we hear on Friday that he bought a new one. Then maybe we'll have some other speculations. But it seems as if it's moving in the direction of getting back together.
I want to ask the T Tribe, right? So T Tribe, for those of y'all that cheated on, how did you find the power to fully forgive and move on? Because I feel like once you break the trust, like you said, Alex, sure, you things like forgive and forget, but I feel like even if it's 1%, you always gonna have on Selena. No, right? So if Chloe feels that way, why would she continue to it's tough but it's like, is it worth it?
To her, it is. To her, keeping the family together, I think, is more important than I honestly feel she feels in her heart, and again, I'm just speculating, she feels safe. She has to feel safe. She has to feel that he's doing his part. He's being a good man. He is showing her something for her to entertain the idea of them getting back together. Because he has to be. Because, like you said, once that happens in a relationship, he has proved to her. He has gotten to that point where she feels safe again.
What's important, Alex, to note? I think we all, I guess I'll only speak for myself. I need to realize, right, that Chloe has to want Tristan, right?
Right.
She wants him. Because at the top of it all, she certainly don't need him. You get what I'm saying? So she has to want him for some reason.
Exactly.
Oh, that's tricky, Alex. I can't get myself in the brain of that.
I think she is still very much in love with him. And like we said, she didn't ask for this. We've said this before. Yeah. Tristan did this to her. Imagine being so in love with someone and this happening. Yes. Do you get angry? Do I think Chloe deserves better than this? 100%. But at the end of the day, if she feels safe again, then she's going to be with him. She loves this man. You know what I mean?
We got Autumn right now with the twins. She's saying, "Good morning, Alex and Courtney. My twin's father cheated on me, and I forgave him for the sake of it. But yeah, no, I would never get back with him." Shout out to you, Autumn. Thank you for your input. I mean, that's perspective. I feel like if Chloe truly has fully forgiven him, then I guess she's stronger than I personally have given her credit for. Because I don't have it. Not my baby. The thing for me is, Alex, it's one thing to be cheated on. Like, you see how we're in the safe space, you and I, T-Tribe, and oh my God, I've been cheated on. It's a different thing, y'all, when it's on TV.
Publicly.
And everybody across the entire world. It's not like just America knows. Everybody's keeping up with these fools. So everybody knows. And everywhere I go, whether I got security or I'm sneaking around in the kitchen to come through the back or whatever, people know. And I just don't know how the Kardashians deal with that kind of pressure on them every day of their lives, knowing that the stuff they're most embarrassing about them are known. Kim in the sex tape, Chloe in this, even down to Scott putting the money in the way. That's always on tape. I always reference that and bring it up because people don't forget.
Yeah. I guess it's the price it's the price that comes with them. And to your point, I mean, I feel like we should give them more credit for being, strong in that way, because like you said, I couldn't handle it. You said you couldn't handle it. I know we would probably think twice before making these, but I feel like they have dealt with so much in the public eye that they have to, for their own sanity, rub it off and just stick to what they in their heart want to do. And I think that's what Chloe's doing with Tristan, honestly.
That's a grown woman. I can't do that. I'm still a teenager. That's grown woman stuff, girl.
I know. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. But let's get into this Kim and Kanye news because, of course, our Kar Jenner tea time is also leading us to our OMT story of the day. And we're getting into Kim planning an intervention and meeting with divorce lawyers. So according to The Sun, a source close to the family says Kim is very scared and trying to get Kanye the help he needs. The source further added that Kim has her back against the wall when it comes to her husband. She wants to help him by getting him the right doctor, but Kanye isn't willing to accept any help. A source goes on to say that an intervention is the next step. Those closest to Kanye join together, discuss ways to approach time for an intervention, but making that happen peacefully will be a huge challenge. So if the intervention doesn't work and Kanye continues down this path, Kim has met with Beverly Hills family law attorney Adam Michael Sachs and said Kim could get Kanye committed involuntarily within a day if he meets certain legal criteria and she convinces a judge it's an emergency. So if he doesn't go along with the intervention. However, she could also tell the court that her husband is a danger to himself. So she would have to prove all of this. And then, even though he's in Wyoming, Kim could still force him to get treatment in California. She could get the order in California, then take him home. So, if the intervention doesn't work, if all of this doesn't work, Kim's also seeking legal advice for a divorce. So a source told Us Weekly, Kim has been meeting with lawyers to explore and talk about divorce. Kim has wanted to make it work because of the children, but it's just not happening. So right before we went live, Courtney, Kim broke her silence in an Instagram story, and she's asking fans for compassion. She called Kanye a brilliant and complicated person and explained that she is powerless to help him. She said, as many of you know, Kanye has bipolar disorder. Anyone who has this or has a loved one in their lifetime who does know how incredibly complicated and painful it is to understand. She goes on to say, I've never spoken publicly about how this has affected us at home because I'm very protective of our children and Kanye's right to privacy when it comes to his health. But today, she feels like she should comment on it because of the stigma and misconceptions about mental health. So she went on to say that acknowledging that Kanye's actions can often result criticism because of his celebrity status. She thinks he's brilliant but complicated, who on top of pressures of being an artist and a Black man who experienced the painful loss of his mother and has to deal with the pressure and isolation that is heightened by his bipolar disorder. So she said that people that know Kanye are close to him understand that his words sometimes do not align with his intentions. So I know that was a lot, Courtney, but I wanted to get her statement out there before we get into it. So this is the first time Kim has publicly acknowledged Kanye's mental health struggles and kind of their effect on the family. So I feel like this is a bigger statement than just her statement on her Instagram story. This is basically saying like, I need help. We need help. The family needs help to like help Kanye. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like she has no other options left.
I want to ask you, Alex, and the T Tribe, please respond, T Tribe, because I'm genuinely curious because I feel very torn on this. If now that the rants have occurred, multiple, and we've all seen it, will y'all be upset if/when Kim divorces Kanye? That's the question, Alex. Because if y'all say we're upset with Kim for divorcing Kanye when he's down, that's one side of it. And then if y'all are like, good, she needs to divorce him. And then also there's the conversation of, well, Kim has probably been dealing with Kanye and his mental health for years now, and she's at her wit's end. Do y'all feel like it's Kim's been in battle all of this time? Or do y'all feel like my speculation, now that we've all seen, we can't possibly be upset with the family because you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how do y'all feel? I feel very torn about it, to be honest, Alex, because I know that he needs help, but also Kanye has also said a lot of like awful things to Black women super recently. So do we blame mental health on what Kanye is saying 100% of the time? Like, where is the line?
Right. That's what I was going to say.
And those of that are the mental health experts that are always getting us together in the comments. Like, I haven't dealt with mental health struggles with people that I know. Please feel free to educate us. Just a little bit of clarity. I know I've said this before on the show, but just in case people have missed out, Alex, the reason why I feel so emotionally attached to this, and once again, is because I had a very close friend that had bipolar disorder and schizophrenia at the same time. And it was a very difficult time in my life, and I'm sure in their life as well. So I just feel very torn. You care about someone, you want them to get the help. However, you can't help them until they want to help themselves. That's just what it boils down to. So how do y'all feel?
Yeah, I agree with you. It's like, of course, you know, he's struggling with mental health. Kim even said that. I want to speak to Karina's point that said, like I said earlier, glad she spoke out, but it felt a little like PR to me. So I guess, you know, some of you are saying that it seems a little PR, which of course the Kardashians are highly regulated in their statements and all of that, of course. But I agree with you that where is the line drawn? And I feel like this is the line to Kim. I feel like for Kim to meet with divorce lawyers and to get to, she is at her wit's end. And I think her own mental health and the children's mental health at this point is more important to her. Since Kanye won't accept help, I don't know. I feel, because I read in a report that Kim, until he receives the help, she won't divorce him, because that may set him over the line. We just don't know. But at this point, it seems like Kim has no other option. Like this is not the first episode. She has dealt with this over their marriage. This is just the first time she's speaking up about it, like she said in her statement. So I think it's kind of drawn her to this. And I don't think I would be necessarily upset with her if this comes to this point, because like I said, she has her own mental health too. Some people will say, well, she signed up for this, you know?
I want to shout out Autumn. Autumn said, honestly, I won't be mad because Kim has to do what's best for her and her children. It's not just about them, but the kids need a safe environment. And I agree, Autumn. I want to ask y'all and Alex also, how do y'all feel about Kanye saying that he been trying to divorce Kim? And that Kim was inappropriate with Meek Mill. I feel like that also plays a part, and I feel like that is getting overlooked as well. What has been going on outside of Kanye's mental health? Like, for real, what has been going on? You get what I'm saying? If we can't be honest about that, I don't know what I believe at this point. You get what I'm saying, Alex? I find that to be very strange.
I do. Let's get into that story right now, our OMT story of the day. It's kind of, we're just kind of following up to this story. So, of course, if you're new here, our OMT story of the day is basically a story that makes us go, oh my God, we can't believe this happened. And today is Kanye, of course, reportedly hiding in his Wyoming bunker from Kim and Kris. So sources have claimed that paranoid Kanye West is hiding out in a secure bunker as he doesn't trust Kim and Kris because they have flown out doctors to put a 5150 hold on him. So I guess Kanye's compound in Wyoming has a perfect hideaway. It has an underground bunker, a panic room. So Kanye is still on a Twitter rant last night, and here is one of the videos that he shared. Dave Chappelle flew out to basically be his friend and help Kanye during this time. Are these men in the bunker with him? I guess he has like a small group of people around him because he's not really trusting anyone. He also went on to tweet about the late Michael Jackson, saying that MJ told you about Tommy, referencing Tommy Mottola before they killed him. Kim saved my daughter's life in the name of Jesus. It's God's choice only. I will live for my children. Kris, I'm in Cody. If you're not planning another one of your children's Playboy shoots. So he's still going at it. And then to your point, in a since deleted tweet, Kanye also referenced that he's been divorcing Kim for 2 years. So he said, I've been trying to get divorced since Kim met with Meek at the Waldorf for prison reform. So right. So like you said, clearly both of them are kind of admitting that their relationship has been rocky from these two kind of point of views. Don't you think?
Yeah. All of this, Alex, and COVID, and you can't really leave like that. I just couldn't imagine what it must be like for Kanye or the Kardashians either. Right. It's just, my mind always goes a million places. We can't diagnose, but is this true? Question mark. And also, were you having a paranoid moment? You get what I'm saying? Paranoia comes in order. I feel sad about it. Time, Alex, it wouldn't be responsible of me to sit and say, oh my God, we have to help Kanye, when also outside of his bipolar order, Kanye still has said the things that he said. Someone in the chat had mentioned that the carjacker cooled, and they weren't saying that Kanye needed help when he was out here dragging Taylor Swift, and that is just the fact of it all. That's just the fact of it all. Outside of me being a Swiftie, that's just the fact. As soon as it come back to them and it starts hurting their brand, it's all about help us help Kanye. You get what I'm saying? So what is real? What's real? Right.
What's real, and also what is Kanye's actual personality, you know, him, Kanye being Kanye, of course, they talk about it versus his mental health struggles. It's kind of, there is a slippery slope there. And I feel like at this point, and we say this every day, I'll say it again, he needs to accept the help, because something is going on that has gotten blown out of proportion to an extent where it seems as if Kim, his wife, and their family, they can't even come back from this at this point. You know, he also accused Kris of white supremacy, both Kris and Kim, calling her Kris Jong-un, and saying they putting out a statement without his approval. That's not what a wife should do. This is white supremacy. So he's also accusing them of some serious things. Like, I don't know personally if I could come back from that. I understand their side of it. I understand he's struggling with his mental health, but we need to figure out what can they handle and what can they no longer handle. You know what I mean?
We need the book. We need the book.
Yeah.
Someone gotta take the call. I don't know who it is. Larsa, someone sound the Larsa alarm. I'm not even a Larsa fan. Woo, 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 woo. It's time to go to jail. Break that NDA and write the book, because we got to know what's not. Was China wrapping the iPhone cord around Rob's neck? I don't know, girl. I don't know. I need the truth.
Exactly. Well, on that note, on that note, that is all the tea we have to spill today. I am sure we will be back tomorrow with an update on this situation and all the other news that you missed over the night. But until then, of course, I'm Alex Schiffman. You can follow me on all social media at Alex Schiffman. Courtney, where can they follow the revolution?
You can follow me on social media as well as my own individual YouTube channel for the Green Chair Chats at Courtney Revolution. Take that there and up there. Yes.
And we will see you back here tomorrow for Thick Thursday. And same 30. It is the same 30. It's the 8:30 Pacific Standard Time. By this point of the show, you know, we have talked so much that we don't even speak English anymore. But until then, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends. And on that note, Courtney, why don't you take us out with a little wash your hands, because it's about that time.
You got it. We'll see you tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And now it's time to wash your hands, Leo. You better wash your hands. Just scrub your hands, Miss Ma'am. Just wash your hands. Just wash your hands, Miss Ma'am.